Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new online session from Impact Taxation and Financial Services. In this session, we'll have a look at how to maximize tax deductions on electricity costs. Okay, you might already know from 1st of July, the electricity cost is going to increase by another 20 to 25%. So that's going to add more to our living cost, which is already quite high at the moment because of the inflation. So let's have a look at how we can utilize tax deductions to claim some of the cost back. Okay, so let's go to below. So before we go to the main content of the presentation, I just want to mention that the information provided here is for general information only. So before you make any decisions, please contact an experienced tax agent. All right, so let's have a look. In 2023 tax year, there are only two different methods for home office expenses. So one is for fixed rate method, the other one is actual cost method. All right, so let's have a look at the fixed rate method first. So the rate now is 67 cents per hour. So what's included in that 67 cents is electricity, gas, phone, internet, stationery, and computer accessories. All right, so that's all included in that 67 cents. Yeah, that's actually a major difference from last year. Last year, if you remember, for phone, internet, stationery, they are actually on the top, okay, and computer accessories on the top of the original 52 cents per hour method. Yeah, so this is actually the major change, okay? So the record keeping related to this fixed rate methods. So 2023 tax year need to be split in two parts, okay? So before 1st of March 2023, you can use the traditional 4-week representative diary. Okay, so basically keep your diary for 4 weeks, and then you can use it to represent for the full year. Okay, and then after 1st of March 2023, you have to use timesheets, rosters, logs of time spent accessing employer or business systems, or a diary for the full year. All right, so for 2023 tax year, it's actually two parts for the year for record keeping. All right, so that's for fixed rate method. And then on the actual cost method, okay, the rate is actually actual work-related portion of all running expenses. Okay, so that means if you use a laptop, 90% work-related, then you claim 90% as a deduction, for example. Okay, then what's included? All the working from home expenses. So that's including everything. Okay, the record keeping is you need to keep all receipts, bills, and other similar documents to show that you have incurred the expenses. Okay, a record of the number of hours worked from home during the income year. So this is actually more to get the amount of the deductions you can claim. So we'll give you an example on how to calculate electricity expenses, for example, from the record you need to keep. Okay, we'll show you later. And then, okay, also you need to keep a record of how you have calculated the work-related private portion of their expenses. So say for an example, for laptop usage, you need to keep a 4-week diary to show how many hours. So in total, you have used the laptop, and then out of the total number of hours, how many hours you have spent for work-related purposes. Then from there, you can do a calculation on the percentage. Okay, what's the percentage that's work-related? Then from the percentage, you can calculate the cost on the deduction. Okay, so because laptop is normally like fixed asset item, and then you do need to calculate depreciation for it. And then so once you calculate the depreciation, you can claim the percentage of that depreciation for the deduction. Okay, so that's the actual cost method. So let's have a look on a couple of examples using the actual cost method. Okay, so basically under the actual cost method, only additional expenses you incur when working from home will be deductible. So I have listed 2 examples here. That's actually directly from ATO website. Okay, that's focused on electricity mainly. Okay, the first example is someone working from a lounge room. Okay, Lee works from her lounge room while her partner and 3 children watch television. Lee isn't incurring any additional cost for lighting, heating, or cooling as a result of working in that room, so she can't claim a deduction for those costs, okay, because it's a shared room. All right, example 2, electricity for cooling and heating. Okay, Ben works at home several days per week and keeps a record of the total hours he works from home. So his record shows he worked a total of 768 hours from home in 2023 tax year. So remember I mentioned earlier, you do still need to keep a record of total number of hours. So this is why, okay, for electricity calculation. All right, and then when he works from home, Ben sits in a separate room. Separate room, that's actually the key words here. Okay, so separate room of his house, and always uses the air condition in that room when he is working. So that means this is actually additional cost, okay, on top of his normal cost, normal electricity cost, okay. And then in this room, his air conditioning unit is a small unit with a 3.5 kilowatt capacity. So based on the unit's energy efficiency rating, the unit cost Ben spent will be 1.09 kilowatts per hour to run. Okay, so basically from there, we calculate, okay, how much Ben was paying per kilowatt. Okay, and then based on the number of hours he worked from that room, then we can calculate the total amount of deduction. Okay, so this is the actual cost method. All right, so how do you maximize deductions? The key consideration is actually you need to choose the right method. Okay, it's easier said than done actually here, yeah, because when you think about it, it's actually quite complicated. So for electricity purposes, the first question you might want to ask yourself is, do you use a separate room as your home office? And then how you can show the additional cost. Okay, if you can do that, potentially, if we focus on electricity cost, you might be able to claim more using the actual cost method. All right. And then, of course, you also need to look at how much you have paid yourself on other work-related expenses. So if we go back to the earlier slides, okay, when we look at the fixed rate method, fixed rate 67 cents per hour is also including electricity, phone, internet, stationery, and computer accessories. So imagine what if you have paid a lot on those expenses separately, okay, then maybe an actual cost method is better for you. But what if you don't spend a lot on those items? Then maybe a fixed rate method is better. Yeah, but of course, it's going to be more case to case scenario. So everyone's situation will be different. Okay, so it's always important to find a variable tax agent to help you with the calculation to compare different methods. Okay, which one is the best for you? All right. So here is a brief introduction about myself, and then we have our contact details listed here as well. So if you have any questions, you need help with home office cost calculations, let us know. Then we're here, happy to help you anytime. All right. So that's everything for the session. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you in our next session.